everyone, and this is not exactly the Chamber of Commerce day that we wanted for this event, but it is sunshining in here, so welcome. And my name is Janice Brummett, and I am the chair of the Economic Development Coalition for Asheville, Buncombe County, and that is a combination of a partnership between the elected officials of Asheville and Buncombe County and the Area Chamber of Commerce, and also a group of investors, of business people in our community who gave to the Asheville 5x5 initiative for economic development in our community. So we're all here today to celebrate a wonderful announcement this morning, and this is some of the ongoing efforts of economic development, because we all understand that quality jobs like those that we're going to announce today are the means for creating vibrant communities and thriving neighborhoods. And so we want to welcome everybody here today. The work of the economic development requires vision, commitment, and collaboration among our elected officials to work toward a shared vision of greater prosperity for every family in our community. And we are fortunate to have such leadership in Asheville and Buncombe County. I want to ask the elected officials of Buncombe County Commission and the Asheville City Council to raise your hand when you're recognized, but please hold your applause until we are until you have been introduced. So, Chairman Brownie Newman, Commissioner Joe Belcher, Commissioner Jasmine Beach Ferrara, Commissioner Ellen Frost, Commissioner Mike Fryer, Commissioner Robert Presley, Commissioner Al Whitesides, and Buncombe County Manager Mandy Stone. And from Asheville City Council, Honorable Mayor Esther Manheimer, Vice Mayor Gwen Whistler, Councilman Brian Hayes, Councilman Vijay Kapoor, Councilwoman Julie Mayfield, Councilwoman Shanika Smith, Councilman Keith Young, and City Manager Gary Jackson. Thank you. We are also joined by our Buncombe County delegation to the State House of Representatives and to the North Carolina Senate. So I would like to introduce Senator Terry Van Dyne, Representative Susan Fisher, Representative Brian Turner, and Representative John Ager. And there are also a number of other key economic allies that we'd like to recognize today for their time and for their partnership. From the North Carolina Department of Commerce and Economic Development Partnership, William Miller, the Department Secretary, the Department Secretary of Commerce, William. And David Rhodes. Thank you, David. And from our own community college, North Carolina's first community college, our president, Dennis King. And another valuable partner, and often an anonymous partner in our economic development in Asheville and other parts of our state, Duke Energy. We have representing Duke Energy today, Bill Roberts and Jason Walls. And we have several wonderful regional partnerships in economic development. We have our neighbors to the west, C.C. Hips, with the president of the Haywood County Chamber. And we also have with us today representatives from Ashe County, and they are Mr. Sam Urick. He is the county manager from Ashe County, and Miss Kathy Barr. She is the EDC director of Ashe County. Okay. And finally, I would like to thank the EDC staff and our EDC board for all they do. And so if you just raise your hand, we'd like to recognize you. And we also have some of our 5x5 investors. Again, that is private investment in our community by local businesses, and without which we couldn't do our economic development work. So 5x5 investors, we'd like to thank you. So thank you. Okay, now I think I can calm down. It's a whole lot to say, and I fumbled all through it. But now, for the most important part of the day, we know that we have a great friend and ally in our governor, and he is here to announce this wonderful economic opportunity we have today, and he has been our friend and ally, and without further ado, I want to introduce our governor.
I'm grateful to be here in Western North Carolina. It's always a great day when I come to Western North Carolina, to get to see friends like Mac Pearsall in the front row, and get to see one of the best legislative delegations in the entire state, with Representatives Turner, Representative Hager, Representative Fisher, and Senator Van Dyne. Thank you for your strong support and your strong voices in Raleigh working with me. I am excited to come and talk about economic opportunity. I've been governor now for 14 months. It's been great. I've loved every single day. Some days more than others. I've stepped into this job as a CEO of North Carolina. A lot of you CEO business people out there know what that means. You need a mission statement. Here's mine. I want a North Carolina where people are better educated, where they're healthier, where they have more money in their pockets, and they have the opportunities to live a more abundant and purposeful life. That is my mission statement for North Carolina. And today's announcement furthers that mission. I tell that to my staff and to my cabinet every day. They get sick of hearing it. I even went to a third grade class the other day and told them my mission statement. They really like the more money in your pockets thing, part of that. But I'm here today to share some great news, not just for the state of North Carolina, but the county of Buncombe and Ashe and the counties surrounding it. I'm proud to announce that GE Aviation will expand its 2 locations in Asheville and West Jefferson with 146 new jobs. This is thanks to a lot of people. They're going to be good paying jobs as well. They're going to increase production of their ceramic engine parts, which are lighter, which reduce fuel costs, and which are in great demand in the industry. GE Aviation is doubling down on North Carolina. And here's why. We've become a center for aerospace and for advanced manufacturing. We have an amazing quality of life in this state, and they know it. We have the positive experience that they have already had here. Over 1,700 jobs with GE Aviation in North Carolina, and they know the kind of state that we are. They're grateful for the leadership, both at the local and the state level. But the most important reason that they've done this, and I think that Michael will tell you this in just a minute, they've done this because of you, the workforce in North Carolina, the people, who we are, the determined, the hardworking, those who quest for a better life. They know the kind of people who live here in Western North Carolina and all over our state. I talk to a lot of CEOs as a chief economic developer for our state, and talk to them all over the globe. The number one issue that they are looking for when they're talking about either expanding or moving their business, it comes before anything, taxes or anything, is workforce. Do you have the people who can perform the jobs that I create? If we don't, we're out. That's number one. So I want to tell you too that over the last few months, we've announced an initiative called NC Job Ready. It is about getting our workforce ready for these jobs today and the jobs of tomorrow. A report came out not too long ago that in 2030, 85% of the existing jobs have not even been invented yet. And in speaking with technology CEOs and with innovators and entrepreneurs across this country, that time is coming fast. We are in a race with innovation, and we have to get our workforce ready. NC Job Ready is going to rely on three things. Number one, getting employees the training that they need and the education they need. North Carolina must be a top 10 educated state by 2025. And we can do that by increasing the number of kids in pre-K with early childhood. We can do that by increasing the number of kids that we graduate from high school. We can do that by increasing the number of people who have post-high school educational attainment, whether it's a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, or certification that gets them a good paying job. Second part of this is business. We want the employers to come to the table. GE Aviation is already doing it with apprenticeship programs, intern programs, work-based learning. We have to make sure that our employers are telling us what they need and working with them. And the third part of NC Job Ready is local innovation. Every part of our state is different, with different challenges and different strengths. And I feel confident that we're going to move this state ahead with NC Job Ready and build a workforce that is unparalleled because we've got all of the raw material. And we'll do that at the same time by protecting our natural resources and our environment and our water and our air, because we know that that's good for the economy too. There are a lot of people who deserve thanks for this. My Commerce Secretary, Tony Copeland, works hard every day. Deputy Secretary Will Miller is here from the Department of Commerce. Your local team works so hard, the Economic Development team, very grateful for them and your local leaders. The Economic Development Partnership of North Carolina, the North Carolina Community College System. I believe already our community colleges and our universities are top 10 in the country already. We just need to get everything else there. The city of Asheville, their mayor, Esther Manheimer, and the city council. Buncombe County and the Buncombe County commissioners, and Mr. Chairman, thank you for being here as well. The commissioners in Ashe County and the Economic Development Coalition of Asheville and Buncombe County. Now we're looking forward to hear the man who's going to make sure that these jobs happen, Michael McGuire, who's the plant manager for GE in Asheville. And Michael, before we hear from you, I want you to come forward and accept a gift on behalf of grateful people in North Carolina. So, Michael, this is a china plate with our seal, the great seal of the state of North Carolina, with our phrase, esse quam videre, which means to be rather than to seem. Here in North Carolina, we are who we are, and we're glad you picked us.
Great.
So, Michael, thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you, Governor. Like I said, this is a great honor to be a part of this and to give back in this way to our community. And again, just wanted to appreciate the support of Esther and Brownie and really all of the local support organizations. You think about, we can't take for granted the commitment that we have from the EDC, the Chamber, AB Tech, all of the organizations that support business. It really is a special place. I've been all over the country over the last 20 years with GE, And it really is special. We just can't take those things for granted, and I know that we don't. That's kind of support locally is something that you just don't get everywhere else. But you know, the one thing I want to talk about the most is our people and our culture and our technology. The governor talked a little bit about it, but I remember we were talking earlier about 2013. We were standing on a pile of dirt over on Sweeten Creek Road talking about our planned expansion. You know, just to think about, we talked about the main reason was the culture and the people and the technology. Well, it's the same thing 4 years later. It is that competitive, hard-working, entrepreneurial spirit of our employees and our culture that continues to make GE want to continue to expand in Asheville.
Michael, I'm glad you mentioned the $105 million investment, because before I got up here, Kit was like, if he doesn't say $105 million, you better remind everybody what the size of this investment is. It is significant, and it is my pleasure to be the first on behalf of Asheville to congratulate Michael and your entire team at GE Aviation for the commitment to grow and invest in Asheville and your workforce and your continued success as a leader in the global aviation industry. It was 5 short years ago that I was there. We stood on a pile of dirt and used our shovels. We had to wear hard hats. I always hate the hard hat ones, but it was a really fun day, and we weren't sure then what it was going to turn into, but we're seeing the fruits of those investments. And so I don't totally understand the technology of what they do there, but they produce ceramic matrix composite, which is super cool and innovative. But it's for jet engines, so maybe I'll feel better about flying. Our hopes were high on that day that this investment by the company would pay dividends and turn into something that was stable and growing for your workforce and for our economy here. And it was also optimism that being the home of the CMC, this is the technology for GE, that this would attract not only prestige, but greater economic opportunity for the larger community of Asheville. And your commitment today reaffirms those hopes that we had. The news today will grow our local workforce at this company to 550 employees. The addition of 131 jobs here in Buncombe County will have a measurable impact on Asheville's economy. It will support directly 281 jobs, indirect and induced jobs, and nearly $13 million in new annual labor income for our residents and families, and another $7.5 million in projected annual federal, state, and local taxes, which is something we like, and because it's essential for the fiscal health of our region. Beyond these numbers, we believe the continued expansion will have far-reaching impact on the reputation of this community as a leader in American innovation, technology, and manufacturing. That's something that's very important in terms of the branding for our community and our future economic growth. So we want to thank Michael, and on behalf of the city and the city council, our thanks to every GE Aviation employee here at Asheville for your hard work, your creativity, your long hours, and above all for your partnership and confidence and your expansion in this community. We look forward to a bright future with GE Aviation family. Thank you.
This is a project that will increase wages in our local workforce, create new jobs, and enable the creation of a new generation of aviation engines that are more efficient, will make our country more economically competitive while cutting greenhouse gas emissions.
Hello, I'm Sam Urick, and I'm the county manager in Ashe County, North Carolina. And I'm honored to be here today for the announcement of yet another GE Aviation expansion in our state. I'm very proud of the fact that I am from Ashe County, the county where GE Aviation machines parts for jet engines. GE Aviation employs many of my friends, neighbors, and relatives in our small county of 27,250 people. They're not only a great employer and a great asset to our community, but they've proved to the rest of the world that we have a workforce in Ashe County, a community college, and a workforce development team that can provide them with the employees they need to make the best jet engines in the world. Ashe County won the lottery when GE Aviation came to our county. It's made that much difference. Nothing makes me happier than to hear GE Aviation is once again adding jobs in our state. And nothing makes me prouder than the words, made in North Carolina, USA. Thank you.
I have asked the mayor and chairman of the county commission to join me up here, and we would like to honor Mr. McGuire with a small gift from the Economic Development Commission and the city and the county, and to thank him again for his investment and GE's investment in our community. This is a wonderful day. Again, $105 million worth of investment and 131 jobs, and we couldn't be happier to have him as our partner and GE as our corporate partner in our community. And we just want to thank him and thank his company, and we're just delighted. Thank you, Michael.